Hello everyone! In today's video, I'm going to tell you and explain to you 30 super common English phrases that native speakers use all the time. You will find that when you learn a new language by listening to other people speak, you catch these phrases here and there and you learn them as they are, as phrases, without even thinking of their different components. That's actually how the majority of people who learn English abroad do it. They learn phrases as they are, so you know it actually works. And it's really effective. But before we get into the 30 phrases, let me tell you that this video is sponsored by Elsa and their brand new speech analyzer. You can use this software on your computer to record your voice in English, and it will give you some amazingly precise feedback on your pronunciation, your mistakes, your intonation, your fluency, your grammar, your vocabulary. It's a really amazing tool. You can see here that I read the opening of Pride and Prejudice making some intentional mistakes, and it immediately recognized them and corrected each one of them. It will also give you a predicted score for IELTS, TOEFL, CFR, and PTE, so you can use this tool to practice for these exams and make sure you get an amazing grade. Use my link below to get 30 minutes free to use Premium Speech Analyzer, and be quick because this free trial won't be valid long. Check it out and let me know if you liked it. I loved it. All right, now let's get into the 30 phrases to sound more fluent and native-like. I can't help it.
I can't help it.
This phrase is said when you are unable to act differently. It can be applied to countless situations. So, for example, I know I shouldn't drink coffee, but I can't help it. I cannot stop myself. In order to remember it, you can think of Elvis' song, I can't help falling in love with you. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
People use this phrase when they're in a difficult, challenging situation that cannot be changed and must be accepted. I know it's tough, but it is what it is. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
People use this phrase when they can easily understand something and they think it makes sense, so they agree. Why has Nora disappeared from social media? She started college, so she's probably busy. Oh yeah, that makes sense. It's like, now I understand. Hey, it happens.
Hey, it happens.
This phrase is used as a response to a problem without complaining. It's usually a minor inconvenience, and it can be yours or someone else's. I know it sucks, but hey, it happens. Oh, that explains it.
That explains it.
This is used when you couldn't understand something, but then you get new information that explains everything. Oh, that explains it. Do you happen to...
Do you happen to know where he is?
You can use this phrase when you want to ask something politely. Do you happen to know if there's a parking lot nearby? It's very common to hear it. Tell me about it.
Tell me about it.
This phrase is used ironically to tell someone that you understand what they're talking about because you've had a similar experience. It's been such a busy day at work. Ugh, tell me about it. Like, I know I've had a busy day too. I was wondering if
you could help me out.
This is another very common way that people use to ask something politely. I was wondering if you could help me with my project tomorrow. Instead of saying, can you help me? Say, I was wondering if you could help me. You're gonna hear this a lot. Hands down.
The best option. Hands down.
Now, this is used to emphasize something we're saying. It works like definitely. So if I say, she's hands down the best singer I've ever listened to, I mean there's no room for doubt. She is definitely the best. She is hands down the best. There's no one better. That's rich coming from you.
That's rich coming from you.
This is a response you can give to someone, informally of course, when they criticize you for something that they also do, when they make a hypocritical accusation. You're always late. Well, that's rich. You're never on time. And you can say just, that's rich, or complete it with, that's rich coming from you. I couldn't care less.
I couldn't care less.
When you really don't care about something, instead of just saying, I don't care, you can emphasize it even further by saying, I couldn't care less. I can be bothered.
Can't be bothered with your fancy rabbit now.
That's another one for when you don't care about something. But in this case, people use it to tell us that they are not going to do something because they think it's just unnecessary, or they just don't care about it, or even because they're lazy at the moment and they don't want to. I really can't be bothered right now. Have someone else do it. Give me a break.
Give me a break.
This phrase is used to tell people to stop treating you unfairly. Aren't you finished yet? Give me a break. I only started 5 minutes ago. Or you could also use this ironically when someone tells you something that you don't believe. Give me a break. That's not possible. Get over it.
Get over it.
People use this when they want to tell the other person to stop being unhappy or bothered by something and forget what happened. You're still upset I didn't call you? Oh my God, get over it. Like, enough being upset about it. I'm not so sure about that.
I'm not so sure about that.
This phrase is very common and you can use it when you want to question what someone is saying because it might not be true. Well, actually, I'm not so sure about that. That's how people usually say it. Take care.
Take care.
People use this phrase as a way of saying goodbye. So a lot of times when you see two people parting after a conversation, they will say, take care, and then they go away. I don't know the first thing about...
I don't know the first thing about architecture.
This is very common when you want to say that you know nothing about a specific topic. So you want to emphasize that you don't know anything. I don't know the first thing about sports. I know nothing about it. And that's true. I'll be the judge of that.
I'll be the judge of that.
This phrase is used when people want you to know that in a particular situation, only their judgment is important. They will decide, not someone else. I've just cleaned my room. I'm going out. Hold on. I'll be the judge of that. Like, I will make sure that the room is actually clean and I will decide if you can go out. Cut to the chase.
Cut to the chase, Sheldon.
People say this when someone is telling them a story and they want them to get to the point, to the most important part. Just cut to the chase. Let's call it a day.
Let's call it a day, guys.
After a long day of working maybe, or studying, or just doing something in general, you can say, let's call it a day to mean that's enough for today. We'll continue tomorrow or whenever, but that's it for today. Let's call it a day. Love you for that.
I love you for that.
Now, this phrase is used when you want to show someone that you're really grateful for something they've done, or in general, that you appreciated, liked something they've done. Like, let's pretend a friend gets you out of a really awkward conversation with someone. To thank them as a way of thanking them, you can say, oh my God, love you for that. Third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm.
People use this phrase when someone already failed twice, and so they're hopeful that the third attempt will be the successful one. Let's say, for example, you didn't pass an exam for the second time. Well, third time's the charm. That means I'll take it again for the third time, and I'm hopeful that this time I'll pass. Let's agree to disagree.
Well, let's just agree to disagree.
People use this phrase when they don't agree with someone, but at the same time, they don't want to fight with this person. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, so let's agree to disagree. Can I take a rain check?
Can I take a rain check?
This is an idiom that people use when they can't accept an invitation, but they would like to postpone it, do it at a later time. Do you want to go get a drink tonight? Can I take a rain check? I have to work late. That means I still want to do it another day, but this day I really can't. I call shotgun.
Call shotgun.
This is pretty silly, but you might hear it because people use it when they want to ride in the front passenger seat of a car. I call shotgun. Whoever says it first has the right to take the seat. So this is usually said while walking to the car or running to the car to get the seat. Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room is that awkward situation that everybody knows and yet nobody talks about because it's embarrassing, it's rude. Because just like an elephant in a room, it's very noticeable. If you want to address that unpleasant topic, you can say, let's talk about the elephant in the room. It was a blessing in disguise.
Luck was a blessing in disguise.
A blessing in disguise is something that seems bad at first, but then ends up being something good. For example, being fired from my job turned out to be a blessing in disguise because it pushed me to open my own business. We got off on the wrong foot.
I'm sorry we got off on the wrong foot.
People use this phrase when they want to tell someone that their relationship had a bad start. Let's say you meet someone and you're soon fighting with this person. You can say, listen, we got off on the wrong foot. Let's forget about it and start again. Cut them some slack.
Cut her some slack.
You can say this when you want to tell someone to be kind to a person who's having problems at the time. Cut him some slack. His mother recently passed away. Don't treat him so harshly. A penny for your thoughts.
Penny for your thoughts.
People say this when they want to know what you're thinking. Perhaps they've seen you a little sad, a little down in the dumps. You haven't said much. A penny for your thoughts? That's like saying, what is going on? What's going on in your mind? Is everything okay? Alright guys, these were the 30 common phrases that you might hear a lot of native English speakers use and that you can now use too in casual conversation and everyday life. I hope you learned something new. If you enjoyed this video, remember that you can support my work by sending me a super thanks. And of course by liking, commenting, sharing. As always, thank you so much for watching. Bye!